Hey, my name is Josh Stevens. I'm here at Studio City Sound. I'm an artist, producer, and recording engineer. This is the spot I pretty much grew my career in.
From the top of the hilltop, I'm screaming out my love.
I started here at Studio City Sound in Studio City about 14 odd years ago. Me and my partner in crime, Byron Martinez, came in as interns, at the bottom, And so we worked our way up. The owner, Tom Weir, gave us a beautiful internship and was like, yo, come in, do some stuff. We were part of some great projects. He was just super accommodating, and they were just basically saying, come in, bring projects, do what you want, and allow us to grow my career and grow our company, Stadium Music Enterprise, out of it. It was really important being an intern at that time because it allowed me to see what the music industry and what the art of music was like, and both of them separate, but yet how they're combined to work together to create the music that the world can consume and listen to and love. And so it put me in the room with some of the greatest producers, greatest writers, greatest singers, and I really was able to just see and learn from what they did. So being an intern put me in there, and I had to go through it. To be successful in music, you can never just jump forward. You have to, work your way up. The importance of hard work to me is kind of everything. It's the starting block. You can have talent, you can have creativity, but if you don't have hard work, they're just great ideas, and they might never leave your laptop, and that's that extra push that you need. So I had a friend who was Warren G's DJ, and we all grew up together in the same area. And he was like, yo, Warren needs like a studio. He's working at a studio. At the time, I had a studio in my house. So one day, Warren G just comes to my house, like randomly. And we're just kind of there, and he checks out the spot. Like, yo, I love what you got going on. We start chatting it up. He was super cool. And we had a funny conversation because I have a friend who's on one of my records named Thurs, and Thurs had just opened up as Warren G's touring act. So we had this weird connection that wasn't direct. So I was like, yo, you know Thurs? I was like, yeah, I know Thurs, that's my dude. So we hit it off really from there, and then he just invited me into all his sessions. And we worked on some great projects, and he was very instrumental in me building my career. Yeah, he was very instrumental in me being part of that whole LMFAO run. He's the one that suggested me to be in it because they reached out to him. It was like, yo, we're looking for a guy to do audio engineering and all this other stuff. And they saw what I did and asked Warren, and Warren hit me up one day. It was like, yo, you want to do this? I was like, okay, I don't know who they are, but yeah, let's get it. You know what I mean? And that ended up being like some of the craziest times of my life.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Well, Fu first brought me in as like an engineer. Fu was like, I show up at his house one day, but he's first day, he's just party rocking. He's just like fully in it. Like Fu is party rock. Like he lives it 100% of the time. And we get there, and he's like, yo, I got these tracks. We want to build this record, because they hadn't come out with the record yet. So they needed someone to help finish the record, do some engineering, and then basically, because they were touring so much, they brought me along. And they were like, hey, do you want to do multiple things like audio engineering and all this other stuff? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So that's how I got brought in. And a lot of the production was done in hotel rooms or in like small studios that we could find in other countries or like other states. Like I know we did some of it in New York. And so we were just all over the map. And it was truly an honor. And I'd never been a part of a record done that way. My most influential artist, man. So I was just thinking about this the other day. As a writer, it's going to be really weird. I remember I spent one summer nonstop listening to Eminem and Cannabis. Like they were like my dudes, and I was like, which is weird, you know what I mean? You would say like, oh, you're a pop artist, you should be into like Backstreet Boys. No, I was like into them. I was like, yo, the way they write. And so they were huge on my writing. Like, yo, how do you formulate like a message that would just like knock people out? And so I like studied it. So at a writing tip, they were great. And then more on a grander world scale of things, definitely like Paul McCartney, and the Beatles. They were like beautiful songwriters. Bruce Hornsby, piano guy, amazing. Pink Floyd's The Wall, that was a great one. I really just love music with a message. Like, so if the song had a place that had a direction and was not mindless, I was all about it. So what we're doing now is I developed my own sound, which is more pop, indie rock, and it's called Story of Summer. And the lead single is Hilltop, and it features Spencer Ludwig from Capital Cities, which is amazing. I'm super honored that he got on the record. And it's doing really well. So how I create a song from ground up is, it kind of varies every single time. There's not really one way of doing it. I think for this album, a lot of it, we actually sat at a piano or had a guitar and just wrote it from the ground up. I've really fallen in love with doing records that way. I feel that it transcends no matter what the production is, no matter what it is, as long as the message, the melody are all cohesive and there from the beginning, people seem to like it. And also it allows me to have the message that I want to bring and I want to say. I think what I want to take away from is the record is definitely built on the aspects of whatever you're going through, you're not alone, you know? And so it's definitely written from that, from relationships, from career, from party record. And so I hope people can take this record and basically hear the stories, hear the message, and apply it to their lives and feel that it brings value to their life. What do I think about the state of the music industry? I think it's in a beautiful place, actually. I think if done correctly, people can expand to audiences farther than they've ever done. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have to work harder. You know, I think artists have to be more cohesive, more strategic, and they have to definitely have foresight and understanding of why they're doing what they're doing. But if they are able to do that, they can do it on their own. There used to be this belief that you can only do one thing. You were only a producer, you were only a writer, you were only, a CEO, you were only an A&R. And now, to truly push your movement, you have to be all of them. I'm a believer that good music will rise no matter what. People who are meant to be artists, who are meant to be singers, who are meant to bring a message to the world will rise. And they will have the focus and they will have the drive to do it. The tour has been going, and we've been doing the Story of Summer tour. And we've done spot dates here and there. We did LA, we did New Mexico, we did Texas. And yeah, it's probably going to be all the way through 2017. That this tour will continue. Hopefully get to China. Not too long ago, in China, my friend Subi Chang came to me and asked me to help her produce and write a song for the Song of China, which apparently, from what they've told me, is one of the biggest shows in China, and we got to see it. It was huge. Subi went on there and performed our song, I Believe. And it did really well out there. From what they tell me, it's in every single karaoke machine in China. So, and that's kind of the pinnacle. We were supposed to go tour out there, so hopefully we still tour. So hopefully it'll be this song, Story of Summer, and Subi. We'll see. No, I don't think so. I mean, I had a little bit of taste of it. I know it's different than the Western world's food. My diet is definitely like a lot of kales, vegetables, and rices and quinoa and stuff like that. So if we can get close to that, which seems like a very, Chinese diet, I'm cool.
Throw them cares away, there's no tears today. Forget what critics say, for you I'm acting great.
You could go to Spotify if you want to put it on your playlist. That's like a big thing. But if you want to buy it, you can go to iTunes. You could go to my website, www.imjoshstevens.com. If you get a chance, go check out Story of Summer, my new EP. Thank you for having me, and thank you for having me on Hello Hollywood.
Face to face with nothing to say, but stay and face our fate, or run and fade away. Take your swords, take your aim, let it rain. It's you and I until it caves. 'Cause baby, this is love of it war, and I'm taking them back at those skies when they break down all our walls, shoot arrows through our halls, together when it falls. you got, light the match. Life's not fair if you know pain until the end. 'Cause baby, this is love and war, and I'm taking the bad at those skies when they break down all our walls, shoot arrows through our hearts, together when it falls. When they break down all our walls, shoot arrows through our hearts, together when it falls. There's a fire, yeah, yeah, come on. Come on. Baby, this is love and war, and I'm taking the bad little skies when they break down all our walls, shoot arrows through our hearts, together when it falls.